Ryan Katz, Aztecs quarterback, will be joining us on the Western Exterminator Hotline, and there he is. He called back. Hey, Ryan, how are you?
How's it going?
All right, man.
We are doing well. Great win over Hawaii. Congrats on that. How important was it just to look up at the crowd and say, all right, I know it's Sky Show night, so a lot of fans are just coming for fireworks, but how important was that to see a packed house on Saturday?
Oh, it was real important. I mean, the guys, we get real fired up when we see, a lot of people in the stands, and, it's great to, be in front of our home crowd again and, bring them a win.
Did you get a chance to actually watch Sky Show once the game was over?
A little bit, yeah. I had a couple media things, and then I tried to rush out and catch a little bit with my fam, so it was nice.
Yeah, it's always a good attraction.
It is, always very nice, but that performance from this offense was terrific. And, Ryan, you were running like crazy, 3 rushing touchdowns. Then we read today that you barely ever ran at Oregon State. What's the change? Is it a change in your game, a change in the coaching? Because to see you run, it's almost what we expect now.
Yeah, I bet Oregon State, there wasn't too many design runs. So, I'm just taking advantage. Coach sees things, different weeks, and he, calls my number. And, when he does, I'm just going to be ready and, do my best.
Ryan, how important was it for you to come in here, new guy, come in even before the season started and try to be a leader? Only because Josh and I keep talking about it, and we've spoken to guys on your offense like Lockett and Escobar. Just the rapport between the passing game and just the offense in general is so pure with new guys. Was that just kind of your focus when you first got here?
Yeah, I just try to come in and show these guys, I'm a hard worker, and, just try to show it every day, day in and day out. And kind of just lead by example. It's kind of different coming here as a fifth-year senior. So I just, try to show the guys, I'm going to work hard every day. They can count on me when, the time comes.
Talking to Aztecs quarterback Ryan Katz on San Diego Sports Leader XX 1090. And, Ryan, we know it's a brotherhood, it's a family in that locker room, and it's not a divided locker room. But you guys are putting up points. We're looking at some of these point totals, 52 against Hawaii, 40 against Fresno State, 34 against San Jose State, 49 against North Dakota, and then the defense has struggled. Is that discouraging, knowing that the offense, for the most part, is putting points up there, but still not the results you want always?
Try not to worry about that. I mean, as an offense, Coach Love just preaches, we got to do our job. We got to score the ball when we get the ball. And, that's just what, we're going to continue to try to build on. There's a few series against Hawaii. We'd like to have back. The defense played a really good game. We just got to, pick everyone up. We're a team, and, we're not divided at all.
Now, you were named Mountain West Conference Co-Offensive Player of the Week. Coach Long is a very regimented guy, straightforward, don't worry about the individual accomplishments. But I have to imagine that for you, it's all about the team, but you have to feel good when you hear about something like that.
Yeah, it was nice to hear. I appreciate the honor, from, Mountain West. But yeah, it's just, it's a team thing, whether I got to play every week or not, I'm glad we got the win. That's what I want to do this week too. I want to get a win this week and, just continue to build on it.
Brian, I'm not sure if you always hear Rocky Long's press conferences or if you read his quotes in the newspaper, but he said a couple of times, I just need to coach better. What does that mean to you when you hear your coach take that kind of responsibility?
I think he's being honest. I feel like, he's putting the burn on himself, just like, as an offense. There's a few series, we'd like to have back, different times of different games we'd like to have back. So we're hard on ourselves, just like he's hard on himself. But as players, you hear that and you just want to go out there and, play even harder and, just prove that we can, get this done.
I like it. I think it's respectable to have accountability, even if you are struggling. But I remember that first game of the year up against Washington, your coach Rocky was being criticized because some people were saying, come on, punt the ball or kick an extra point. What about right now? Has he stuck by that chart, or has he made some adjustments where it's not exactly staying true to that chart?
We haven't really talked about that as a group. That's something for him to answer. We've gone for it on fourth down a few times. And then again, we've punted in different situations. We're obviously not going for two like we did at Washington, but, we're just going to follow the game plan. Whatever the game plan is, players, we're just going to try to execute.
Like you talk about, you're a senior, so you're a guy who's seen some football. You played your good amount of football here in college. So can you, when you talk about the adjustment that need to be made, maybe talking to Coach Long, can you, as a senior, walk up to him and tell him, listen, Coach, we need get hurt as far as offensive adjustments?
Coming to San Diego State, that was a big thing that was preached right off the back was just the senior leadership. This is a senior-led team. That's one, I think we meet all the time, and we talk about different things. So if there was something that we needed to talk about, I mean, we could address him and just have that open line of communication.
Ryan text QB. Ryan Katz joining us on the Josh and Sherrod Show. All right, it's homecoming, Colorado State. I know you're watching tape of the Rams. What do you notice? Tell us a little bit about the Rams attack. I mean,
I'm watching their defense. Their defense, they got some really good players on their defense. Some good defensive linemen, a couple linebackers. It's going to be another, challenging week. I mean, we want to be up for the challenge and just come out and give our best performance. Like I said, there's a few things that we want to get better at that, we didn't execute as well as we had planned against Hawaii, and, just try to correct those mistakes and, keep putting points on the board and try to get a W.
Homecoming game this will be for you, Ryan, coming up. But I know I have to figure back in those days at Santa Monica High School where you were the quarterback king. Did you ever win Homecoming King? Did you ever ride off on the horse with a pretty young lady?
Yeah. I mean, as a senior, I won Homecoming King.
I know you did, stud. I know you did.
That's a big deal in college,
Absolutely.
Too, right? No, it's about winning the game. Hey, Ryan, great stuff as always. We appreciate your time. Incredible performance against Hawaii. We're wishing you the best.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks a lot, man.